This person says in their text, people who comment, who cares? Clearly care enough to comment.
I agree 100%. What a negative little nerd.
Well, what always gets me is you'll see a thread that has 3,000 comments, and one person will be like, who cares? Well, 3,000 people.
3,000 people.
Yes, have taken the time to comment on this. So maybe you're the one that doesn't get it.
That just shows me that person is a complete idiot.
Yes.
And you shouldn't look at anything they write with any credibility.
But we get that all the time in the chat room.
All the time.
If we're talking about something, who cares in all caps?
And you know what? When you write who cares, you say everything I need to know about you.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I think they think everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like,
well, we do care. There's something in everything for a segment of the population. Maybe not for you.
Well, you may not like it, but in a way, you sort of do. You care to hate it.
One person said, people who say, let's circle back are just buying time because they were actually unprepared.
That's not true. Things come up in a meeting and you start planning something together and then you need to go work independently. Let's circle back in a few days.
One of my favorite things ever to hear in a meeting is, why don't we just circle back on this? I'm like, all right, let's circle back.
Sometimes you need to circle back because planning takes time.
This person says you really never really know somebody until you road trip together.
I do like that.
It's a good indication. Yeah,
I think so too. In fact, it to me, it's one of those rites of passage in any relationship, especially romantic ones. If you get to that point, 6 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is, you say, okay, it's time to really see, let's go a layer deeper. Road trips are one of the best ways to do it.
A road trip with an overnight hotel stay where it's just the two of you spending 24/7 for at least 48 hours. I like it.
I think it's more important for relationships and friends, because friends, you go, I can't go. Sorry, I'm busy. If you're in a relationship, you got to go on this road trip.
You got to, and you got to start doing these tests and really watch this person, because you can hide crazy at first, but it's hard to hide crazy if you're spending every hour of 48 hours together.
Yeah, I agree with you. Elizabeth said, just like with cars, all walking lanes need a slow and a fast lane. There is nothing worse than when you're a server and somebody steps out right in front of you that is barely moving. I can imagine if you're always set on a fast pace. Well, that's the same thing with traffic, because you have those people who just, I'm like, how are you so unbothered by life? Why don't you have to go somewhere like I do?
Why are you able to move at this pace?
This person said blind people give the best massages.
Really?
Really?
I don't know that I've ever had a massage from somebody that does not have sight.
So they say if you lose one of your senses, then you elevate the other ones.
Yeah.
And maybe the person that's lost their sight has better touch and feel and intuition.
Yes, I can see this actually logically makes sense.
It does.
That's what the doctor said about my hip. They go, your left hip is the hip of a 90-year-old man, but that right hip, it's like a 16-year-old. It's a better hip.
16.
18.
Yeah.
Rocco asked me a question the other day. He said, hey, can you tell me, Mom, if it is a deaf person and they see us yawning, do they think we're yelling? And I was like, that's a good question.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah.
I think lip reading becomes a thing, though. I think you become a good lip reader, you would maybe be able to
know the difference.
Yes.
Yeah,
facial cues.
I don't know.
There's a lot of energy that you can see.
Yes.
That I think they'd be like, they would.
I think the other senses do have to elevate, though. When you lose one,
They do.
You better get better at the other ones for self-preservation.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you adapt. So, yeah, I could see that. That's a very fascinating little concept. So they did it. And now the hardest thing is if you go different places, good luck finding. By the way, do you have somebody that has no sight that gives massages?
You're
such an odd request.
You're discriminatory, but you only want a blind massage therapist.
No, we don't have that, unfortunately. Yeah.
They're going to think you're a weirdo.
This person, their random strong opinion, they said, if you skip the intro, you don't love the show.
No, disagree. Disagree. No, that one is.
Well, what if you've seen the intro 18 times? Like,
Yeah.
and I watched a lot of Narcos and I watched a lot of Squid Game, and I got to skip the intro. I've seen
yeah.
it.
There's a lot of shows I love that the intro I could do without.
I love the recap, though. I never skip the recap.
Yeah. Okay. Even when you're binge watching, going from one to the next, you're like, I just saw this.
Season to season recap.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's necessary.
I must have the recap.
For me, it's the opposite. If I love the show, I skip the intros because I want to get to the content.
Yeah,
If
the meat.
I'm only passively watching it, then yeah, you can play the intro and I'm not really paying attention. So for me, it's the exact opposite. That's why they're random strong opinions. Not everybody share them.
You're right. I'm getting mad at the random opinion. But they are wrong.
No!
Yeah.
I want to fight.
You can't skip the theme.
Yes. That's exactly how it works.